Good evening, baseball fans. How you doing? Let's try this again. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Hello, hello, hello. This is the second try. We had a little bit of it. We had some technical difficulties in the last attempt, and let's hope we have no more hiccups for the rest of the night. I have restarted the computer. I have restarted the router. I think we're good. I'm getting no error messages on my end. The stream just completely crashed in the last one. I had like all these messages popping up, and it just completely crashed. But it looks like we're okay now. So we're back up to 61 people. We were almost at 100 people before the last stream crashed. So I do apologize about that, everyone. Of course. I mean, we're always going to have a few hiccups here. I might have to move over to another streaming software at some point. I don't know, Streamlabs lately, it's been giving me some issues. So, actually, for the last few weeks, it was okay. But, man, it's more often than not, it seems, lately. So, hopefully, we're good to go for the rest of the night. But I want to thank Conman and I think, what was the name? Mets fan that gave the super chats in the last stream. I do appreciate that very much. So thank you again for those. Do appreciate that. And I am seeing some happy birthday wishes in the chat. Everyone, thank you for those. Do appreciate that. Like I said when I started things up last time, it's great to talk some baseball on the birthday. So let's just dive into it, everyone. We were just about to start. And I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just dive in. I'm seeing around 60 people here, so that's a good place to start. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. So, all right. So, if you are new, let's. I don't know why my buttons are not working now. My goodness, what is going on here, everyone? Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Nothing is working tonight. What do you know? Of course, Streamlabs giving me some problems. Even my buttons where I switch between screens is not working tonight. I don't know what the heck is going on. Anyway, here we go. Like I said, before everything crashed last time, I used Tier Maker. We have six different tiers, 26 through 30, 21 through 25, 16 through 20, 11 through 15, 6 through 10, and 1 through 5. I start at 30, and we go all the way to number 1. So, let's get to it here. We actually have a new team coming in at number 30 this week. Who would have thought? Back-to-back weeks, we have a new team. The last 3 weeks, we're going to have a different team at number 30. I'm going to start this week off with the Oakland A's. My goodness, what the heck is going on with this Oakland A's team? Listen, I know they weren't going to be very good this year. I understand that. But they were, not too bad the first month of the season. They were playing all right. But lately, they've just been terrible. They're 1-9 in their last 10. Their bullpen ERA so far this month is a 9.10. That's pretty much the only thing worthy of even mentioning with the A's, of how bad that bullpen has been. But, my goodness, Oakland A's. What the heck is going on? We got to fix this. So, coming in at number 29. Well, actually, you know what? While I'm talking about the A's, hey, I'm going to talk about a couple of trade candidates in this episode tonight. And the one guy, Frankie Montas, man. Walker Buehler going down with the Dodgers. We'll talk about the Dodgers a little bit later. But Walker Buehler going down. Looks like he's going to be out for a little while. Could Frankie Montas be an option for the Dodgers? He's pitching well the A's this year. We'll have to wait and see. Coming in at number 29, they were at number 30 last week. They have bumped up to number 29, the Kansas City Royals. Not a terrible week overall for the Royals. Not terrible. They split with Baltimore. They did lose their series to the Blue Jays, but not a terrible week by any means. Bobby Wick Jr. this month, he's hitting 300 with a 356 on base and a 525 slugging. Has a couple of home runs, 6 RBIs this month. Bobby Wick Jr. starting to find his rhythm, just like Julio Rodriguez on the Seattle Mariners. And also another guy I want to point out, Michael Taylor. Michael Taylor is hitting really well this month. He's hitting 440 for the month of June. He has a 278 average on the year. He has a 372 on base this year. I think Michael Taylor, look out for him. He could be maybe a sneaky trade candidate. I know Andrew Benintendi is probably the big name on the Royals. That's probably going to be on the move, but look out for Michael Taylor. I wonder if maybe he could go somewhere. I think he could be of some service to another team out there. But like I said, Andrew Benintendi, he is a little cold this month so far, but overall in the year, he's having a really good year, hitting over 300. Andrew Benintendi, he's going to go somewhere. There were some reports that maybe the Padres were linked with Andrew Benintendi. Maybe they made a couple of phone calls about him. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for that. The Royals are definitely going to be doing some selling at the deadline this year. That is for sure. Coming in at number 28, who would have thought the Cincinnati Reds would have moved up to the number 28 spot? I thought they were going to be number 30 all year, but the Cincinnati Reds, look at what they're doing here. Look at what they're doing. Number 28 this week. They are back to their losing ways. However, a very bad first month of the season. They actually were not that bad in the month of May. They were actually a 500 team in the month of May. But so far this month in June, they're 4-8. So the Cincinnati Reds not playing all that great. Their offense, though, is doing pretty good. They ranked 9th in offense so far in June. And hey, Luis Castillo, I just mentioned Frankie Montas. Baseball doesn't exist, fans out there. He's got a new video on Joey Votto. So go take a watch on that. It's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Baseball doesn't exist. He makes great videos. But here we go. Moving on from the Cincinnati Reds. Here we go. Oh, were we lagging again? Oh, my goodness. Everyone, I'm so sorry. I don't know what is going on with Streamlabs tonight. I'm not getting any error messages or anything right now. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know why. I'm getting some... Oh, we got a Conman 752 renewing his membership for the 8th month. Conman, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Everyone, I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with the stream tonight. What a bummer. Hopefully, this is the end of the lag for tonight. Hopefully, we're... This is, I don't know, man. I might have to be checking out some other some streaming softwares because this is starting to give me some problems now. Brady Johnson, thank you for renewing your membership for the 8th month. I do appreciate that. You know, Luke Walker, you know, I got to agree with you, man. My Wi-Fi is killing me. And it's like, you know what? I paid for a better Wi-Fi and this is what I'm getting? I mean, come on, man. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into this weekend. But everyone, I apologize about the lag. Hopefully we're good to go for the rest of the way. So, and if you didn't hear anything I said about the Reds, I said back to their losing ways this month. They didn't have a terrible week this past week, but and they're 9th in offense this month. Luis Castillo has been pitching well, so that's a good sign for him to be on the move by the trade deadline. And baseball doesn't exist. Just made a video on Joey Votto. Go check that out. It's a good one. Moving on to number 27, we got the Washington Nationals coming in at number 27. Joe Girardi hater, what is going on? $1.99. Hoskins with the walk-off. You might be right with the 15 out of 20. I'm telling you, everyone. I made a prediction on Twitter. I said back on this past Saturday. Was it Saturday? Or no, last Saturday. I said, I think it was June 4th when I made the tweet. I predicted the Phillies were going to win 15 out of their next 20. They're on the right track, man. They lost pretty badly yesterday. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But they've been red hot, and they just got another walk-off tonight. My goodness. My goodness. The Phillies, man. They're just playing great baseball lately. And Rhys Hoskins, I'm going to bring him up here in a little bit too. But coming in, Conman752, $5 super chat. AL Central is so bad that KC is just 13.5 back, which is less than the O's, Nats, and A's. And those three teams all have more wins than KC. That's crazy. That's just crazy, man. That Central division is really bad. It's historically never been a great division. It's crazy, you know, how badly the White Sox are underperforming this year. We'll talk about them in just a little bit. Conman, thank you for yet another super chat. I really do appreciate that, my friend. Number 27, the Washington Nationals. They won their series against the Brewers this week, but they were swept by the Marlins. Nelson Cruz, this guy was off to a really slow start. A lot of people were thinking, why the heck is Nelson Cruz signing with the Nationals? I was kind of thinking the same thing. Why was he going to the Nationals? I don't know. But could Nelson Cruz possibly be a trade candidate by this year's deadline? He's heating up. So far this month, he's hitting .405 with 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Nelson Cruz, look out for him to be on the move yet again. I don't see why the Nationals would hang on to him. I don't know. Unless he just wants to, I don't know. I think he's going to be on the move. Juan Soto, 4 homers, 12 RBIs. Juan Soto's Juan Soto. The batting average is not that great lately for Juan Soto, though. Josiah Gray, his ERA is under 1 through a couple of starts this month so far. Coming in at number 26, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh Pirates, man. They were looking like this pesky-looking team, but they've lost 6 in a row. I'm also not counting tonight. I'm not looking at the scores currently. I'm not looking at what's going on today. I'm looking at kind of what they did really this past week. But the Pirates, coming into today, they lost 6 in a row. So, no one thought the Pirates were going to be a great team this year. But they were one of these pesky teams, man. They were hanging in there. And, a few good players on the team. But now they're really starting to show their true colors, losing 6 in a row. But, hey, I see you in the chat. Nexus Eagles, they are the Dodger Slayers. So no matter what, I'm going to give credit to the Pittsburgh Pirates. But I got to say, Brian Reynolds is finally starting to heat up. He's hitting .410 with 3 homers in his last 10 games. Even Sawinski with a few home runs lately. Give it up for Jack Sawinski. And also David Bednar. He's been very good. He's got a 1.29 ERA, a 1.85 FIP. David Bednar, man, he's going to be a hot commodity come trade deadline time. Why? Well, he's good. He's also under control. I'll tell you right now, if I were to give you one team that I think would be a really good fit for David Bednar, I'd go with the San Francisco Giants, to be completely honest with you. They really could use a bullpen guy, and he also has he's a little higher on the fly ball percentage, and I think that would play very well at Oracle Park. Could David Bednar be an option for the San Francisco Giants? I think he would be a great fit there. William Fulgham, what is going on, my friend? How you doing? Ozzy went down, ankle not good. Oh man. Ozzy Albies going down with an ankle injury. Thank you for the updates. Haven't really been looking as I've been getting ready for the stream. But my Red Sox are off today, so I'm not paying too much attention because, like I said, getting ready for the stream tonight. But hopefully Ozzy Albies a quick recovery. But we'll talk about the Braves here in a little bit. That's going to be pretty fun to talk about. So, but the Pirates, I'm wondering, could Brian Reynolds be a trade deadline guy? I wonder. He's hitting really well lately. I would imagine the Pirates maybe would want to hang on to him, but man, you could get some good players back for him right now. He has a high value. He's under control. He's starting to hit. Man, Brian Reynolds, I think he could be very serviceable for quite a few teams. The one team that kind of sticks out to me, the San Diego Padres, they could use another bat. I wonder if Brian Reynolds could be an option for the San Diego Padres. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's move on to the next tier. The Chicago Cubs starting off the next tier at number 25. They have also lost 6 in a row. Not a whole lot going on with the Cubs, just like the Pirates, but they have some players that are performing that should be hot commodities come trade deadline time. Ian Happ, he's hitting .378 in his last 10. He has a .209 WRC plus as well over those 10 games. I think Ian Happ could be a guy you could see go to another team. But the Cubs, one strength that they've had this year is the bullpen. You got David Robertson, Rowan Wick, Scott Efros. They're all pitching pretty well this year, and I think all 3 of those guys are going to be candidates to be traded, especially David Robertson. Absolutely. Coming in at number 24, we have the Baltimore Orioles. Conman752 again, one of our Orioles fans here in the chat. Thank you so much for your super chats tonight. Not a bad week for the Orioles. They split with the Royals. They won their one game against the Cubs this week. I believe the other one got rained out. But they got some guys heating up. Could the Orioles maybe have some guys that could be on the move? A lot of these teams, I'm mentioning a lot of trade candidates because, well, these are the teams that you're probably going to see be sellers. So, but the Orioles, they got some guys. Could Cedric Mullins maybe be a guy? He's been heating up. He's got a .372 on base and a .152 WRC plus so far this month. Mancini, Mountcastle, Odor, they each have 3 homers so far in June. Trey Mancini, man, I wonder if he could go somewhere. I wonder if he could end up helping out a team. Mancini's been pretty solid so far this year, but overall, I have the Orioles coming in at number 24. At number 23, I have the Detroit Tigers. They won both their games against the Pirates, but they lost their series to the Blue Jays. So kind of just a whatever week for the Tigers. Casey Mize is going to be getting Tommy John. Bummer. I mean, hopefully we can see this guy back. Maybe next season, maybe towards the end, maybe get a couple of starts. But a bummer. Some bummer news for Casey Mize, man. Skubal, he continues to pitch well, though. He's having a great season. I don't see why that guy won't go to the All-Star game, but man, coming into this year, I thought the Tigers were going to be a pretty fun team yet again, but it just shows they have a ways to go. They have a ways to go. Coming in number 22, we have the Colorado Rockies. Hey, got off to a pretty good start there this year, but the Rockies, they're showing really what they are. Kind of not really a bottom of the barrel kind of a team, but a team that's kind of just a below average team. But the Rockies, they did win their series versus the Giants this week, and they did split with the Padres. So, not a bad week for the Rockies overall. I'm going to pay attention to the bullpen here. So far in the month of June, the bullpen has a 3.07 FIP. That's very good. Are we good? Are we here? Are we here? I think we're good. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm going to have to probably just try and get through this one as quickly as I can tonight. I'm so sorry. This is just going terribly tonight. I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on here tonight. My internet looks fine. I think Streamlabs is just having some problems right now. I think I'm just going to have to just try and get through this one as quickly as I can. Ethan, I'm sorry. I know what's going on tonight. I don't know. Chris Raskin, I'm going to have to go check on the Wi-Fi, man. I'm going to have to do that first thing in the morning because you guys know me. I'm all about my streaming. And I don't know if it's my internet. I don't know if it's Streamlabs. I don't know. I've been streaming lately on Streamlabs. So actually, I was having some issues last night during the Red Sox podcast. It did freeze for a little bit there. But I'm wondering if this is an internet thing because my music lagged there for a second too. So I don't know if this is actually internet or Wi-Fi, but I don't know. Everyone, let's just try and get through this one tonight. It could be a bumpy ride. Here we go. But the Rockies, I'm looking out to see Alex Colomé and Daniel Bard. Those guys, I think, could really help out some teams down the stretch. Colomé's been really good lately. Bard has been pretty solid all season. I'm looking out for those guys to be on the move. Number 21, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks coming in at number 21. This is kind of this team this year. They've been floating around the 16 through 20. They had a taste of the 11 through 15 tier, but I don't know about this Diamondbacks team. I just don't know if they're quite good enough. They're playing better than a lot of people thought. I thought this team was going to be better than what a lot of people thought they would be, but I don't know. I thought maybe they'd even be a little bit better than this, but they're not having a bad season by any means. Just to me, I think they could do a bit better. But what can you do? The starting pitching, it was doing really well there for a little bit, but it's really just taken a step back as of late. They have good pieces on this team. It's just, I don't know. I just don't think they're talented enough at the end of the day. But this past week, they split with the Reds. They lost their series to the Phillies. They've been red hot. But they did score 13 runs on Sunday. So got to give it up for the offense there for the Diamondbacks. Ketel Marte, Jake McCarthy, they've both been hot in the month of June. The starting pitching, it's been okay lately. But the offense, besides that 13-run outburst, there just hasn't really been a lot of offense for the Diamondbacks lately. The bullpen's just kind of not really there. They got some fun young players in this organization, but as for the current major league players, I just don't know if this Diamondbacks team is going to be good enough at the end of the day. So, moving on, let's go to the next tier. Starting off the next tier, we got the Chicago White Sox. This is another team that is just greatly underperforming. Lose both their series this week to the Dodgers and the Rangers. I think the White Sox, I think last week I had them at maybe 15 or 16 last week. They actually might have been number 16 last week. So they have dropped here. But, I think the big news from this past week was Tony La Russa making some oddball calls, man. That La Russa call where he walked Trey Turner on the 1-2 count. At the end of the day, I understood Tony La Russa's reasoning for it, but I get it. Like, I understood because he was right, because he did point out that Trey Turner on 1-2 counts, he does pretty good in those counts. And then Max Muncy doesn't do very good against lefties. So he was right about those two things, but overall, you don't intentionally walk a guy where you have a 1-2 count on him. Like, that's just, I don't understand that. I don't know. I think I don't know what La Russa was thinking, man. I don't know. But you heard the fire La Russa chants, or the I don't know how they said it. Did they say fire Tony, fire La Russa? I don't know. But this White Sox team, it's a mess right now. They did get Lance Lynn back. He has 10 hits. He allowed 10 hits tonight. So not exactly what you're expecting out of Lance Lynn. So I don't know. But the starting pitching, it's been underperforming. Hopefully he gives them a bit of a boost. They're 2-5 this month with a 5.0 FIP. The bullpen's been shaky. They're 2-2 in June with a 5.15 ERA. This White Sox team, man, there's not a lot going on here with the White Sox. And the next team coming up at number 19, we have the LA Angels. This team, man, they have just completely fallen off. This team had a top 5 offense at one point. They had a top 10 starting rotation. The bullpen has been pretty rough all year. It has not been a great bullpen, but they were still finding ways to win games. Overall, a bad week. They lost 3 out of 4 to my Red Sox, and they lost 2 out of 3 to the Mets. I mean, it's like this Angels team, I know they were having some injuries lately. I think the starting pitching staff, I think they're getting really overworked because of that ineffective bullpen. So far this month, they're 27th in offense, and it just shows when one guy goes down, it just, like when Mike Trout, when he is not hitting well, the rest of the lineup just goes completely frozen. I don't know, Taylor Ward, he's been a big player for the Angels this year, but he's been hurt a lot. There's just not a lot of depth with this Angels team. They rely so much on guys like Trout, guys like Ohtani. You've had some other guys step up for them, like Brandon Marsh. Stassi's come up in some decent spots for them. Like I said, Ward, even Tyler Wade's had a couple of moments this year. But the Angels, man, they're just very top heavy. And when they lose those top heavy guys, or when those top heavy guys start to slump, it's just not a good team. I don't know. 27th in offense this month. They're 17th in FIP for the starting rotation in June, and the bullpen has they rank 14th in FIP this month. It's just, I don't know, man. This is not a whole lot going on with the Angels. So yeah, I got to keep an eye out for Mike Trout. He tweaked his groin in the series against the Red Sox, and he was hitting well before that. had a home run in that game to lead it off, or it's I believe that came in the first inning, and then he had a double, and then he tweaked his groin on that double. So I don't know. Angels, man, they're gonna have to do something. If they are still hanging around for a wild card spot, I would expect them to make some kind of a move. We'll have to wait and see. Coming in at number 18, just saw this team this past weekend, the Seattle Mariners. I said this on the Red Sox podcast. I said this on that podcast where this was not going to be an easy series. I saw that coming, and it was the Mariners. They played hard in this one. The first game, close game. Second game, they won that in the bottom of the ninth, had a walk-off win. And then yesterday, they had a pitcher's duel until Rafael Devers came through late in the game. So this Mariners team, they were tough this past weekend. Overall, they have been playing pretty good baseball lately. They should feel good about this series against the Red Sox, because this Red Sox team has been playing well. And this Mariners team fought them until the very end. They did also win their series against the Astros this week. So Mariners, in the end, it was an up and down week, but they have played great baseball. Their offense has been good this month. They ranked 9th in the month of June in offense. The starting pitching is 24th in FIP, but they're 13th in ERA, so they are getting the job done. I wonder how the starting rotation is going to do for the rest of the year. If they are in the mix for a wild card, I think they should maybe try and add a starting pitcher. I think that could be a game changer for them. The bullpen, they only rank 18th in ERA this month, but they are 4-2. They've blown a couple of games, but this Mariners team, there are some positive signs. They need to just keep winning series. They're going to have to bounce back from this series against the Red Sox. Coming in at number 17, we have the Miami Marlins. We have the Miami Marlins coming in. Number 17, they've actually been playing some pretty good baseball lately as well, just like the Mariners. They swept the Nationals. They won their series against the Astros this week. So, hey, give it up for the Marlins, man. They are 10th in offense this month. Sorry, I lost my notes there. 10th in offense this month. Garrett Cooper, man, he's hitting .472 this month. He is insane. Cooper, man, what the heck is going on? He's hitting .472 this month. Jazz Chisholm, not a high batting average for the month, but he's got 5 home runs and 13 RBIs. Jazz Chisholm, man, he's got it going on. Alcantara, no earned runs so far in a couple of starts in June. He's doing pretty good. The rest of the starting rotation is doing pretty good as well. They're 11th overall in FIP this month. The bullpen, they did blow a game this month, but they have 3 wins. So overall, the Marlins have been playing pretty good lately. I think they move up a couple of spots from last week. But if the Marlins are out of it, and let's actually see, where are the Marlins as of right now? Let me pull up the league division or just the league standings. Right now, the Marlins, they're 5.5 out of a wild card spot. Could they possibly maybe get back into the mix? They're not too far out of it. You got some teams here that are slumping. The Brewers are slumping pretty badly. We'll talk about them shortly. But I think if the Marlins, if they can string together some more wins, I think you could see them around that third wild card spot. We'll have to wait and see. So, but the Marlins I have coming in at number 17. At number 16, we got the Texas Rangers. We got the Texas Rangers coming in at number 16. They have been moving up this board, and it's pretty good to see. They did lose their series to Cleveland this week, but they won their series against the White Sox as well. Their offense right now ranks 16th in Major League Baseball. They're 9th in FIP this month in the starting rotation. Martin Perez has been their best guy so far this month, but he was hit hard against the White Sox. I believe he gave up 7 runs in that start. He ended up getting the no decision, but Martin Perez ended up having himself a good year minus that start. And John Gray, he's got a 2.91 FIP so far in June. He's pitching pretty well. The bullpen's been pitching well this month. The Rangers, they're playing good baseball lately. And actually, if we look at the Rangers right now, they're 3 out of a wild card. They're not too far behind here. So I'm not counting them out at all. That offense, man, they got some bats there. Semien, he continues to keep looking a little bit better. But overall, the pitching has been pretty key for this Rangers team. So, everyone, we have reached the halfway point. Let's see if my buttons work. Do my buttons work? No, buttons don't work. So, let me come back to you here. But everyone, I do have an announcement. Let's actually, let me pull up something here. I actually posted in the community tab this past weekend. If you didn't see it, I'll pull it up for you now. But let me just show you exactly what I posted. One second here. This is not what I want here. What is going on? Here we go. So this past weekend, my computer is killing me right now. Here we go. So let's share the screen. One second here. Here we go. Okay, so this past weekend, I put "Got Something Cooking." That's me next to the baseball trade values logo. What could this possibly mean? What could this mean? Well, coming soon. It won't be for a couple of more weeks, but I have officially partnered up with Baseball Trade Values. The owner of the website, John Bitzer, and we are now going to have once a week, we're going to have a weekly show where we're just going to talk trades. We're going to talk pretty much everything when it comes to trades every single week. John is looking to... What is going on with this stream tonight? Oh, my goodness. Are we here? I'm sorry, everyone. This is a terrible stream tonight. Man, oh, man. Are we here? Okay, we're here. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm doing my best here with what we've got. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if this is a Streamlabs thing. I don't know if this is an internet thing. I don't think it's an internet thing. I think this is completely Streamlabs that's goofing up tonight. Anyway, sorry, everyone. I'm noticing the viewership is down tonight, too. We're usually around anywhere from 300 to 400 people for these power rankings, and just this lag is just killing it tonight. We're not, people aren't coming in, and where people have left, and pretty frustrating, everyone. Pretty frustrating. But as for my announcement, John of Baseball Trade Values and we're going to be having a weekly show, which is great for the upcoming month because you guys know trade deadline is coming around, like a month and a half now. So that's going to be awesome that we're going to be kicking this up. We're probably not going to start for a couple of weeks. We're just going to have a show once per week, and it's just going to be a great time. We're just going to be talking everything trades. Baseball Trade Values, I think it's very underappreciated. It's one of those sites where it's very good, but a lot of people like to hate on it. And even though they have a 95% acceptance rate of their trades on over 300 trades, there is no other trade simulator like it. John, he knows what he's talking about over there. Trust me, I'm not going to get into the details on that, but he knows what he's talking about. And when when him and his team are putting together the values of these players, of course, it's never going to be perfect, but it is as close as it gets. And for a website that is just free on the internet, I mean, my goodness, they give you it's a pretty awesome thing that it's completely free. Joe Girardi Hater, $1.99, donating to show extra support when the views are down. I appreciate that. Joe Girardi Hater, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, but yes, me and John on Baseball Trade Values, we will be having a weekly show rather soon, so stay tuned for that. Luke Walker, Ozzie fractured his foot. Wow. Man, oh man. Good grief. That is awful news. Horrible news if that's true. Ozzie Albies fractured his foot. Wow. Man, oh man. Richard, the problem is the website. It's the users who propose. Yeah, I agree. And that's where, yes, like a lot of those trades on there, and I think that's where a lot of hate comes from on that site, is because, yeah, you can propose like pretty ridiculous trades. The values they can add up. That doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. So that's where conversation comes into play. You got to put in, team philosophy. There's so many variables when it comes to trades, but when it comes to valuing players, it's as accurate as it gets. So, but again, me and John will be starting a weekly show. Not this week, maybe next week. If not next week, it'll be the week after that. So stay tuned for that. So, alrighty, everyone. Let's get back to the power rankings here. Coming in at number 15, starting the second half of the power rankings here, we have the Cleveland Guardians. They have been quietly playing some very good baseball lately. They won both of their series this week against the A's and the Rangers. Overall this year, they rank 15th in offense, 19th in starting pitching, and 14th in relief pitching. Now, those aren't great rankings necessarily, but the big thing with the Guardians is they're a very good defensive team. That defense has been helping out that pitching staff a lot. And the offense is doing enough to win games. Man, oh man. They just have a good team over there. For the offense, Oscar Gonzalez, Andres Jimenez, Jose Ramirez, they've all been hitting well so far in June. The starting pitching, it's pretty funny because they rank 23rd in FIP for the month with a 4.92, but the ERA is a 3.66. So that's where the defense is coming in. It's really helping them out. The bullpen is kind of the same. They rank 13th in FIP with a 4.02, but the ERA is only a 1.85, which ranks 4th so far in June. Emmanuel Clace, he's got 4 saves. The big thing with this Guardians team is the defense. Run prevention has been the key for the Guardians, and I'm telling you, the Guardians right now are half a game back of the Red Sox for the third wild card. Look out. I told all of you. I told all of you in the offseason. And I had people laughing at me, but I'm telling you, or I was telling you, the Guardians, they're going to be in the mix for a wild card spot. And here they are. Half a game back. So, I'm just saying. Coming in at number 14, we got a slumping team. Oh my. The Milwaukee Brewers. They are just falling fast right now. Coming in at number 14, the Brewers, man, they're 2-8 in their last 10. They got swept by the Phillies. They lost their series to the Nationals. They're now second in the division behind the Cardinals. Their offense is just horrible lately. They're 28th in WRC plus this month, 7th in starting pitching, but they're 7th in starting pitching for the month. But the FIP this month only ranks 19th with a 4.85. The ERA for that starting pitching staff is 25th with a 5.49 on the month of June. This Brewers team, they're just doing bad in pretty much all phases. The bullpen has been okay, but when the offense is slumping, the starting rotation is slumping. You're getting a couple of good starts, but this Brewers team, they're just looking pretty bad as of late. The opposite of the Brewers right now are the Phillies, coming in at number 13. I think you could even make an argument for the Phillies to be up higher, but like I said, I've said this a few times with my power rankings. I like to make that progression. And the Phillies right now, they're getting pretty close. Honestly, if it wasn't for a couple of other teams here, I think the Phillies, they could be right there knocking on the door at number 11. But there's a couple of other teams right now that I'm liking a little bit more than the Phillies. But the Phillies are just red hot. If they keep playing like this, they'll be at least knocking on the door next week. I'm going to tell you that right now. Maybe they could even be in the top 10 next week. If they stay on this pace, they just won again tonight. Rhys Hoskins. Let's actually start with him. Rhys Hoskins, man. Actually, I got a few guys here. So far, besides tonight, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Bryson Stott, and Rhys Hoskins coming into today, they have combined for 17 home runs and 40 RBIs. Those 4 guys, that's insane. Holy crap. This team is just a juggernaut right now with the offense. So far in June, they rank 4th in WRC+. They're 8th in offense overall on the year. They're 3rd in starting pitching this year. They have a very good starting rotation. That's why I was worried about the Phillies, but I knew they had... See, here's the difference between the Phillies and the Angels. The Phillies ranked really well when it came to when it came to their starting rotation. Their starting rotation was better than the Angels. And when you got a good starting staff, that can carry you. And the Phillies, they ranked 3rd overall in starting pitching on the year. Wheeler, Nola, Eflin, Gibson, they were all undefeated coming into today. Nola was dealing tonight. I'm not sure, actually, what ended up happening here. Let me actually go to MLB.com. Let's take a look. Nola, so Rhys Hoskins had the walk-off tonight, but Nola pitched a really good game. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier. Steven Strasburg going on the IL. My goodness, Steven Strasburg, man. You hate to see it. But Nola pitched a really good game tonight. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 6 Ks. I mean, Nola's been out of his mind. Alcantara was really good tonight. He went into the 8th. So another good start for him. Super chat coming in. Heems with a $4.99. Injuries have caught up to the Brewers. That's another thing as well. 19 games straight. We just got Willie, Renfroe, Freddie, and Woodruff plus 4 bullpen arms. Yeah, they are going through a lot of injuries. I think the Brewers are going to end up getting back on pace. They're just going through that tough time of the year, but they are slumping pretty bad. And it just shows the depth of this organization. It's maybe not as good as it could be. And because when you got guys going down, and that's never going to help. That's why these organizations, man, you got to have the minor league depth there. You got to be able to have guys off the bench that can step in. And it is kind of exposing the Brewers a little bit. But hopefully they can get these guys back soon. They can get back to playing some good baseball. So thank you so much, Heems, for the $4.99 super chat. I really do appreciate that. But for the Phillies, man, they're red hot. They won 9 straight, and then they lost to the Diamondbacks yesterday. But another win tonight thanks to the Rhys Hoskins. That was a walk-off. So, they actually came back there. They scored in the 8th to tie it, and then in the 9th. So actually, who came through for them in the 8th? Didi. He got the base hit there in the bottom of the 8th to tie it, and then the walk-off double for Rhys Hoskins. So, gotta love that, man. Gotta love it. The Phillies, it's pretty magical what they're doing right now. So, coming in at number 12, I do have my Red Sox here. Yes, the Phillies are red hot. I understand that. But the Red Sox lately are also hot, and they've been playing some solid baseball now for a few weeks. So for me, I have the Red Sox slightly ahead of the Phillies. They won both of their series this week against the Mariners and the Angels. Won 2 out of 3 against the Mariners, 3 out of 4 against the Angels. Overall, the offense ranks 14th. Rafael Devers this month, he is just really good. 605 slugging for the month. Had the game-winning home run against the Mariners yesterday. Rafael Devers, I'm sorry, but we got to get this guy locked up. He's 25 years old. Get this guy signed up to a 7-year deal. Get it done, Heim. Heim, where are you at? The starting pitching has been really good lately. They rank 12th overall. They've been 2nd in FIP on the month. Evaldi and Whitlock are going to the IL, but luckily, Waka and Pivetta have been pitching really well lately. So, but they're going to have some other guys step up. I think Evaldi and Whitlock will be back at the first day that they're available to come back, but they're going to have to get a couple of other starts here. Cutter Crawford looked pretty good in his spot start yesterday. I think he's going to get himself another turn in the rotation. And the bullpen, 16th in ER or 16th in relief pitching so far this year on Fangraphs, but in the month of June, they're 3rd in FIP. This bullpen's been really stepping up, except for Hanzo Robles. Please keep Hanzo Robles away from the 9th inning. He has an ERA this year above 7 in the 9th inning. Hanzo Robles, keep this guy away from the 9th. I'm okay with him in the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th because he actually has good numbers in those innings, but keep him away from the 9th inning. As for the 9th inning, though, Tanner Houck looks like he is going to be the guy moving forward for the closer role. I'm pretty excited about that. Very excited. So the Red Sox, they've been playing some great baseball lately, winning series left and right. They're actually going to be playing this team coming in at number 11. This is my knocking on the door team for the week, the St. Louis Cardinals. I did have the St. Louis Cardinals in the top 10 last week, but some other teams have just really caught fire, and they have leapfrogged the Cardinals, so the Cardinals drop to knocking on the door. But they did get swept by the Rays. They did redeem themselves. They won their series against the Reds over the weekend, but this Cardinals team, man, they're pretty solid. They're 7th in offense on the year. The offense has slumped a little bit this month, only ranking 20th in WRC Plus in June. But Tommy Edman, Nolan Arenado, Brendan Donovan, they've all been hitting well for the Cardinals in June. Let's see if they can keep that up. They're going to have some other guys step up, though. And Paul Goldschmidt having himself a really good year. The starting pitching, it's kind of weird with this pitching staff with the Cardinals because they don't rank very well. I've mentioned this a couple of times now. The starting pitching and the bullpen, they each rank 22nd in Major League Baseball, but it's the defense that's helping them out. They're not really a team they don't have this Yankees or Mets type of, or Padres type of pitching staff. They got guys that it's like a unit, right? The defense is a big part of what the Cardinals do there. So they're not going to rank very well when it comes to actual Fangraph rankings, but ERA-wise, they're going to be pretty solid for the most part. Dakota Hudson actually has been pitching well this month, has a 2.80 FIP over his last 3 starts, so that's very good. The bullpen has been struggling. I would like for the Cardinals to go out and go get a power arm. You lost Reyes. You lost Jordan Hicks. I think you got to go get a guy. You know who comes to mind for me? For the St. Louis Cardinals? You want a power arm? Go talk to the Colorado Rockies. Go talk about Daniel Bard. I think Daniel Bard could be a really nice add for this Cardinals bullpen. He shouldn't cost a lot. The Cardinals usually won't be making any big splashy deadline deals. I think you're going to see more along the lines of what they did last year with Lester and J.A. Happ. But I think Daniel Bard could be pretty good for this team. So, but either way, I think they need to go get themselves a good arm for the bullpen. So the Cardinals coming in at number 11. Here we go. Top 10. We're at 180 viewers. That's the most we've had for tonight. So, hey, good time for everyone to be showing up. We're getting into the top 10. Starting off the top 10, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. They did lose their series to the Twins, but like I just mentioned, they swept the Cardinals, so that's why they do get ahead of the Cardinals here. They did win in extras on Tuesday night. Taylor Walls with a walk-off home run. You got to love that. As a Red Sox fan, I can't stand it. But overall on the year, they only rank 18th in offense, which is a little surprising because they got some pretty decent bats here, but overall the lineup just hasn't been all that great. Randy Arozarena, though, he's been heating up lately. So far in the month of June, he's hitting 300, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. Ji-Man Choi has 11 RBIs this month. So let's see if this Rays offense can start putting together a better collective game. They're 14th in starting pitching. They're 10th in relief pitching. The ERA, the bullpen has actually been underperforming this year. Also, Andrew Kittredge, I believe he's out for the year. If I remember that correctly. He's out for the year, right? So he's going to be out for the year. That's a bummer, man. Absolute bummer. I think does he need Tommy John? But that's a bummer, man, because he's been really good for them in the last couple of years. But that's a big arm to lose for the Rays. But the bullpen has been doing well lately. So far in the month of June, they rank 2nd in ERA and 7th in FIP. But I think for the Rays, they just got to get this offense to be a little more consistent. So I think they could do a bit better. Coming in at number 9, we got the San Francisco Giants coming in at number 9. They did lose their series to the Rockies, but a big sweep over the Dodgers. And why is that a big sweep? Because, I mean, hey, we got a division race going on so far in the West out in the National League. The Giants, 3.5 back. That's getting a little tighter now. And look out for the Padres. We'll talk about them in just a little bit. But this division race between these 3 teams, it's getting a little tighter. So that's the Giants. That's a big sweep. It was at home, I'm not taking away from the sweep, but I'll talk about the Dodgers here in just a little bit. But overall, man, great series for the Giants. But they're 9th in offense so far this year. They only ranked 23rd in WRC plus this past week. So the Giants, we got to start scoring a couple more runs. I think they could do it. Maybe could they add another bat? I don't know. I don't think they're going to do the Chris Bryant thing that they did last year. I think if they do add someone, I don't know. I haven't really thought about the Giants too much when it comes to what they'll do at the deadline. I would like for the Giants, honestly, to add a bullpen guy. But could they go out and add a bat? Maybe. But we'll have to wait and see. The pitching, though. Their pitching has been really good in June so far. Rodon, he's been nasty. He looked really good against the Dodgers this past weekend. So far in the month of June, he has 11 strikeouts per 9, a 1.80 ERA, and a 2.47 FIP. Carlos Rodon is looking good. Even Jacob Junis has a couple of wins this month with a 2.45 ERA. The bullpen, like I said, I think they're going to have to add a guy. And I think they need to add a guy that racks up some strikeouts. They don't rank very well when it comes to strikeouts. They're 19th in strikeouts per 9 this year. I mentioned earlier, I think David Bednar could be a pretty good guy. He's more of a fly ball pitcher, but he gets strikeouts, and I think he would be really good. You got some other guys out there, too. I mentioned Bard. Could the Giants maybe do some kind of an in-division trade with the Rockies? Maybe. I don't know. You got some guys out in the Cubs bullpen that should be available. You got David Robertson. He's more of a ground ball kind of a guy. The Giants' defense has not been great this year. So, I don't know. But I think it'll serve them well to get a guy who can get some strikeouts. That's what I think. But coming in at number 8, we got the Minnesota Twins coming in at number 8. The Twins, they actually had themselves lost their series against the Yankees, but they won against the Rays. So I guess you can just call it a wash of a week for the Twins. But their offense does rank really well this year. They rank 4th in offense so far in 2022. Byron Buxton, man, he's been going crazy this month. He has 6 homers and 9 RBIs. Carlos Correa went on the COVID list, but ever since coming back, he is 9 for 18, or at least coming into today, he was 9 for 18. The starting pitching has been slumping. They've been slumping. They've been having some injuries. I think the Twins got to go out there by the deadline. They got to go get a guy. Could you go get Montas? Could you go get Luis Castillo? If you could go get one of those guys, that's a game changer. That's a game changer, man. But they're going to need some starting pitching. Why? Because they rank 29th in FIP this month with a 6.64. And I'm going to be honest with you, Twins fans. You got to go get a bullpen guy, too. You only rank 27th in relief pitching this year. You got to go get some pitching. You got the offense. We need some arms here for the Twins. So, coming in at number 7. Oh, my. The Atlanta Braves. Look at the Atlanta Braves. I think they were in the number 12 spot, but I have bumped them up 5 spots. The Atlanta Braves, they are back. Here's the Atlanta Braves that I've been waiting for. This is it. This is a good team. Everyone saw how good this team was on paper coming into this year. You're coming off of a World Series, and the team looked even better than it did when they won a World Series. I'm just saying, the Atlanta Braves, man. However, so we had here so far they're winning 8-5. But we were told in the chat that Ozzie Albies has an injury. So do they have it here? Oh. Man, oh man. A fractured left foot. That is awful. Yeah, man. That's brutal. Considering how good they have been lately. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Let's actually Google this. How long to heal fractured foot? A broken foot or toe may take 4 to 6 weeks. However, in some cases, healing time can be as long as 10 to 12. So, Ozzy Albies, man. I mean, this is a guy, obviously, this guy is, he's using his feet. He's running. But this... Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? All right, we're back. Sorry, everyone. We're almost through. Bear with me. Bear with me as much as you can. This has been a rough night, man. It's just going to be one of those nights. It's going to be one of those streams. But I didn't say anything when I noticed the lag. So with the Braves, could they go out and make a move? You know which one guy kind of comes to mind? I wonder if Whit Merrifield could be a guy for the Braves. This is a veteran guy. He can play multiple positions. He can go play second. Could Whit Merrifield, and that's a guy who's going to give you some speed. He can play multiple positions. I think his versatility might be pretty good for the Braves, So the Atlanta Braves, they're going to be out on the market for a guy. Could you maybe go like Jorge Mateo on the Orioles? I think that's possible. And Jorge Mateo this year, he's not really doing all that much when it comes with the bat, but he's got a lot of stolen bases. He has good speed, and he plays good defense. Could the Braves maybe look into someone like that? I think Whit Merrifield would be a really good player for the Braves, a winning kind of a player. I think he would make a lot of sense for them, especially with Albies going down. Who knows how long he's going to be out. But this Braves team, they're off the charts, man. They're 13th in offense on the year, but they've been rising up those leaderboards. So far this month, they rank 5th in WRC+. Ronald Acuna Jr. has been red hot, a 221 WRC+ in the month of June. So far this month, he is slashing 368, 457, and a 737 slugging. Hitting 368 with a 457 on base and a 737 slugging. Are you out of your mind, Ronald Acuna Jr.? He's got 4 home runs as well. Also, Michael Harris, he's hitting 341 this month. He's been a great call-up for them. That has been really good. Man, he's hitting well. Adam Duvall, Austin Riley, they each got 4 home runs this month. The starting pitching has been doing well. They rank 5th in FIP this month. The starting pitching has not lost a game. So, as of right now, we were looking at the Atlanta Braves. Let's actually pull up that game. I think the Braves are winning that. Braves. Where are you at? So, yeah, they're winning right now. So, the starting pitching has been undefeated this month, man. The bullpen, it's the best bullpen in all of Major League Baseball, according to Fangraphs. This Atlanta Braves team, man, I'm giving them a huge boost because they're just out of their minds. They rank really well, especially in the last few weeks. They're one of the best teams in baseball the last few weeks. At number 6 for my knocking on the door for the top 5, the Toronto Blue Jays. Coming in at number 6. They're looking very good. They're playing great baseball lately. The Toronto Blue Jays won both of their series against the Royals and the Tigers. They rank 5th in offense on the year. They're 2nd in WRC plus on the month. Espinal, Kirk, Bichette, Hernandez, Biggio, they're all hitting over 300 this month so far. Holy crap, the Blue Jays are hitting the ball. Their starting pitching has been very good. They rank 4th overall in Major League Baseball. They have a 3.07 ERA on the month. Berrios and Manoah, they were both very good in their last 2 starts. Now, the one thing about the Blue Jays that I think they should address by the deadline is the bullpen. They rank 21st in the bullpen so far on the year, but they've been better this month. They rank 10th in FIP. So the Blue Jays are showing improvements there. Could they add another guy? Sure. I think they should. So we're going to have to wait and see. But the Blue Jays, man, they're getting great hitting, good starting pitching. The bullpen's been better. The Blue Jays are very close, in my opinion, to being a top 5 team. I could even see an argument for them to be in the top 5. So coming in at number 5, the Houston Astros. Coming in at number 5, they drop down a spot, I believe, from last week. I think I had them at number 4 last week. They dropped down to number 5. Why? They lost both their series this week. they lost to the Marlins and they lost to the Mariners. Not a great week for the Astros, but they do rank really well. The offense ranks 6th overall, 3rd this month in WRC+. Alvarez is just mashing the ball. Like, my goodness. Are you kidding me? Yordan Alvarez is just nasty. Can we get Yordan Alvarez in the home run derby? Please? Can we just make that happen? Yordan Alvarez, home run derby? Is that possible? Please? So, 6th in offense on the year, 3rd this month in WRC+, 8th in starting pitching this year, but the starting pitching has been lacking lately. 21st in starting pitching this month with a 4.90 FIP. The bullpen's been pretty good. Jose Abreu, man, in that bullpen has been really solid for the Astros, so do like the bullpen. But the Astros, they dropped a couple of series this week, so I'm going to drop them down to number 5. Not out of the top 5 just yet. Coming in at number 4 for the first time this year, this is the highest they have been, the San Diego Padres. You know, this Padres team, man, I really like this Padres team. You know, they're just winning games. And you know who I think? You know what I think it is? Here's what I think it is. It's Bob Melvin. This guy, I'm telling you, it's like this. It's basically the same team. I know you got Sean Manaea there. I know there's a couple of different players, but this team, I don't think would be where it's at without Bob Melvin. I'm just saying. But the Padres, they won their series versus the Mets this week, and they split with Colorado. They're a half game back in the National League West right now. Now, here is where the Padres, they need to improve their offense. They need to add a bat. I think Benintendi could be a good bat for them. Maybe someone like Brian Reynolds could be good for them. They need a bat. They are a good clutch team. They've been able to come through in big moments. But the Padres, I think, need to add a bat. I know they're going to get Tatis Jr. back at some point, but I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't rely on that because you don't know what Tatis Jr. is going to give you. This guy is made of glass, man. He's always getting hurt. So I'm just saying, Tatis, like, yeah, if he comes back and he's healthy, that's amazing. But I think you got to go out there and get a bat. You know, I wouldn't rely on that too much. However, Jake Cronenworth has 17 RBIs this month. That leads Major League Baseball. That's a lot of RBIs for we're June 13th. My goodness, he's got 17 RBIs this month. Jerickson Profar, he continues to hit well. He's been a good story this year. But like I said, I think the Padres need a bat. Maybe someone in the outfield. You know, Benintendi, Reynolds, Ian Happ. Could you maybe do something for Trey Mancini? Possibly. I think the Padres need to do something. The one thing about Mancini, he can go out there and play some outfield. So I'm sure you could get a better defender. But Mancini, he can play some outfield. So I'm seeing here in the chat, MYK13, Whit Merrifield for the Padres. I think that could be pretty good. So, but the starting pitching has been the one thing carrying the Padres this year. Darvish was warming up in like a tornado earlier. I think I read that right. Yu Darvish doesn't even care if there's a tornado down. This guy's going to go out there and pitch a gem. Joe Musgrove, speaking of gems, he's been amazing this year. No earned runs so far this month. Sean Manaea has been pitching well. Mike Clevinger did go on the COVID list. Mike Clevinger just cannot catch a break. Dude, I feel so bad for that guy. Like, he just can't catch a break, man. The bullpen's been really good lately for the Padres. The Padres are built on pitching. They just need a bat. They're so close. They're so close to just being this all-around really good team. Go get a bat. You can make this happen. Go get Benintendi, man. Go get Benny Ballgame. Coming in at number 3, this team now drops one spot to the number 3 spot, the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers coming in at number 3. You got swept by the Giants this past weekend. Now, I'm not going to go jump off a cliff over that. I'm really not. Listen, sweeps can happen. They do. And they were on the road. I'm not taking anything away from the Giants. But listen, those two teams play each other very hard. I know all about rivalries, okay? Red Sox, Yankees, I've seen many times before. The Red Sox will sweep the Yankees. The Yankees will sweep the Red Sox. It happens, man. When you got these division matchups, these big rivals, it happens. So, hey, the Giants, they won this time. Who knows? The Dodgers, they could sweep them next time. So, I'm not going to be jumping off any cliffs just because the Dodgers got swept. That does bump them down a little bit just because the other two teams here just played better this past week. But the Dodgers are still a really good team. They rank third in offense. Gavin Lux is hitting over 400 this month. Will Smith's been picking it up lately. They just have a lot of guys that are cold right now. Betts, Freeman, Justin Turner, Bellinger. They've all been pretty cold. Bellinger, man. You're going to have to do something about Bellinger, man. You know? I don't know. I don't know. Bellinger is just... I'm worried about the guy, man. Worried. But hopefully he can pick up the pace. Bad news, man. Bad news for the starting pitching. Walker Buehler has something going on with the elbow. It's looking like he's going to be out for a couple of months at the least. The Dodgers are going to need to go get someone. They're going to need to go get Frankie Montas. They're going to need to go get Luis Castillo. They're going to have to. Because what if Walker Buehler doesn't come back? I'm just saying. If you do get Buehler back, let's say they go get Montas, right? That's a pretty good three in the postseason. Montas, Buehler, and Urias. I think Montas would be a good fit for them. The infield defense has not been great for the Dodgers this year. So I think Luis Castillo. Here's the difference between Castillo and Montas. I was looking at the numbers, right? They're both ground ball guys, which is not great for the Dodgers because their infield defense has not been great overall, according to outs above average on Baseball Savant. So I think, honestly, out of those two guys, Montas has been more of the strikeout kind of a guy this year. He's pitched more than Castillo, but Montas is striking out more guys. I think he might be the better fit. And I also think just because of the health, you saw Buehler go down. Montas is just a workhorse. And I think with, Castillo, he started the year on the IL. So I think, in my opinion, I think Montas would be the guy. He would stay in California. He's used to that California weather. I think he would be a good fit for the Dodgers, to be completely honest. So I think they need to go get a starting pitcher nonetheless. Could you go get maybe someone like Molly? Possible. So they need to get someone. The bullpen, it's very good. I'm not worried about this Dodgers team at all. So Scotty C, this guy contradicts himself with a few of these teams. How have I contradicted myself? Where have I contradicted myself? Where? I feel like I've been pretty straightforward with all of it. I don't know. I can't please everyone. Coming in at number two, we got the New York Mets. And coming in at number one, we got the Yankees. I mean, this Yankees team, listen, I remember a few weeks ago, man, the Yankees, everyone was saying you got to put the Dodgers at number one. And then the Dodgers got swept by the Pirates, right? Got swept by the Pirates. And look at what the Yankees have been doing. I'm just saying. It's everyone was coming after my head after I put the Dodgers at number two. The Dodgers were hot. And I had like all these people commenting saying, the Dodgers need to be number one. Well, I'm like, well, you know what? I want to see one more week from the Dodgers. And look what happened. They got swept by the Pirates. And here we are. And look how good the Yankees have been playing. Let's talk about the Mets first. The Mets, they did lose their series to the Padres, but they bounced back, won their series against the Angels. They rank second in offense on the year. Pete Alonso has been heating up. 703 slugging, 5 home runs in the month of June. The starting pitching continues to do well without Max Scherzer. They're not going to be perfect by any means, but they're getting enough out of this starting pitching staff. I mean, you got Carrasco's been pitching well. Bassett's been pitching well. You got McGill back. So McGill is back after being out for around a month. So they're doing what they need to do in that starting rotation. The bullpen, though, has been lacking a bit in the month of June. 22nd overall is where they rank. They did pick up 3 wins, but the ERA is a 5 and the FIP is a 5.2. So keep that in mind for the Mets moving forward. And the Yankees. My goodness, this Yankees team is so good. I think this is the year where they're just putting it together, man. I think this Yankees team, the offense is number one. The starting pitching is number one. The bullpen is number two. They're incredible in all three of the main parts of your team. They're incredible. They're so good. It's funny because they're not a very clutch team, even though they've had a lot of clutch hits. Actually, let me pull up the clutch standings. As you can see, in the month of June, the Yankees are number one, but they're number one in all of baseball. Let me actually pull that up. Oh, no, I didn't want the splits leaderboard. What are we doing? What is going on? Fangraphs are killing me. But yeah, the Yankees have the best offense in all of Major League Baseball by a good margin, too. So the Mets are at number 2 and Dodgers are at number 3. But if we go take a look at win probability, if we go look at clutch, it's funny because the Yankees have been getting clutch hits, but they only rank 27th in clutch, which is kind of weird. You just had Trevino get a walk-off this past week. Like, my goodness. You've had a lot of walk-off hits. Gleyber Torres has come up in clutch spots for them. But the Yankees, man, that offense is just so good. They scored 18 runs against the Cubs on Sunday. They scored 49 runs over their last 6 games coming into today. My goodness, they're just knocking the cover off the ball. And everyone, remember when Matt Carpenter signed with the Yankees? Who was the one that said that he was going to be a good player for the Yankees? This guy. I said that. I said Matt Carpenter, I think, was going to be a good signing for them. I thought it was a great signing. You know why? Because the Yankees, they just get so much out of these veteran guys where it looks like kind of maybe they're getting to the end of their career, but then they just bring these guys in and like magic, they just get so much out of them. Matt Carpenter so far of the Yankees, 10 games, he's hitting .333, a .467 on base, a slugging of 1.125, 6 home runs, 13 RBIs. Matt Carpenter is killing it with the Yankees. Trevino, like I said, had the walk-off versus the Cubs in that series in the 13th inning. Joey Gallo's actually heating up a little bit, 3 home runs this month. The starting pitching has been so good. Montgomery, Tyone, Severino, all of them pitched well this past week. Cole got hit pretty hard, though. 7 earned runs against the Twins, but it's Garrett Cole. He'll bounce back. The bullpen is so good. I do think the Yankees are going to have to go get a bullpen guy. You know, Chapman has the Achilles going on. Chad Green, I think, needs Tommy John surgery. Someone else got hurt. I can't think of who off the top of my head, but the Yankees are getting some injuries there. I think they should go out and add a guy. Could you bring back David Robertson? I think that could be pretty cool. Bring David Robertson back to the Yankees. I think that could be pretty nice. You know, you got some other guys there in the Cubs bullpen. Like I said, you got Rowan Wick there. You got Efros. But the Yankees, man, they're looking great. Starting pitching's looking great. Like I said, Montgomery, Tyone, Severino, all pitched well. Nestor Cortez actually did not have a very good start his last time out. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, my friend. Thank you. But everyone, these are my power rankings for the week. These are my power rankings. The Yankees staying in the number 1 spot. The Mets move up to number 2. Dodgers fall to number 3. The Padres move up to number 4. The Astros move down to number 5. So we got some movement in the top 5, but the Yankees are holding on to the number 1 spot. Robin Hood, I disagree, man. I don't think the Mets are too high at all. They rank 2nd in offense. They rank 9th in starting pitching. You know, the bullpen's been a little but hey, they've been winning some games lately. And the Dodgers, you know, I think the Mets played a little bit better than the Dodgers did. Honestly, like I've said with the top 5, you can mix and match this top 5. You could even have an argument maybe for the Padres to be in the top 3. I think you could drop the Dodgers down if you wanted to a little bit. I don't think you need to drop them that far. But I don't think the Mets are too high. But I think you could maybe see an argument where maybe the Mets go down to 3 or 4, possibly. But I don't know. You can kind of mix and match the top 5. that's where you can have debate. If you're in the top, for me, if you're in the top 5, you're looking pretty good. Like, you're one of the best teams in baseball. So I think we can all agree, though, the Yankees are the number 1 team. They rank they're number 1 in offense. They're number 1 in starting pitching. They're number 2 in relief pitching. What else is there to say about this Yankees team? They're just phenomenal. But these are my power rankings for the week, everyone. It was a bumpy ride tonight, everyone. We had some lag. I think the viewership really got affected tonight. I apologize about the lag. Not the most smooth night. It's kind of a bummer, honestly, because I always get excited for power rankings, and when we're just having, some technical difficulties, it's never the most fun thing. But we made it through the end, so I do appreciate everyone dropping in, and if you were going through that lag and you stayed with me until the end, I really thank you for that. I do appreciate that. I did want to, again, I wanted to go live with the power rankings for Monday. I'm kind of looking at this thing week to week. I was doing it on Sunday nights. There is still a chance I move it back to Sunday. So the numbers last week for the power rankings on Monday night did well. I've liked Sunday nights better for power rankings, but it's just easier with because I'm doing the Red Sox podcast now. So it's just easier that way. But there is a chance I do move the power rankings back to Sunday night. So be on the lookout for that. We'll keep you posted. But again, if you did miss the announcement earlier, me and John of Baseball Trade Values are going to be starting a weekly show pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, Chris Raskin, man, this channel is going to be fire when trade deadline comes. It got pretty good last year. Let's hope it can get like that again. I definitely have a lot of trade deadline, trade talk content coming out for all of you. Last year, I released my best video of all time. Ended up getting close to 100,000 views. It was one trade for each team, or one trade each team should make by the deadline. I'm going to do that again this year. Let's see if that one can break 100K. That would be really cool, but we'll have to wait and see. But everyone, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. Hot takes this week. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing hot takes this week or not because Josh is out of town. So I'll keep you posted on that as well. If we do go live with that, it'll either be tomorrow night or Wednesday. Not quite sure. Just be on the lookout for your notifications. That's why I've told you before, put your notification bell on. That way you can see on your phone or wherever you're at. You can see whenever I go live. And also, everyone, if you are new to the channel, you're still here in the chat, hit that subscribe button for me. And everyone, please, if you can, on the way out, hit that like button for me. It really does go a long way. We just got to 100 likes. If we can get to maybe 150 for this one, that would be greatly appreciated. And, hey, share any of the content as well. But, everyone, I'm going to get out of here. Again, I apologize for the bumpy stream tonight. Definitely did not go as I planned. But if you stuck with me, I really do appreciate it. And, everyone, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for the Super Chats tonight. I really do appreciate that. Really do. So, everyone, I will talk to you.